Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for Major League Baseball on Monday, June 20th, 2022. We're going to have MLB player props, run lines, over-unders, money lines here for you today. We're going to have 3 picks that I think are great value bets for this Monday Major League Baseball slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 6,000 subscribers. Reminder here at the channel, guys, that we are partnered with PrizePicks, so be sure to use our code SFP for a 100% deposit match and your first deposit up to $100 on PrizePicks. We'll also have a link down below in the comment section and in the description. Really is a great app, guys. They specialize in player props and things of that nature. They're a lot of fun to use. You can put multiple picks into an entry to win a lot of money. Like I said, they got that promo going right now for a 100% deposit match. Like I said, use our code SFP or one of our links that we have down below. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Be sure to also check out our community Discord page as well. It's a great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. We'll also have a link in the comment section and in the description for that. It's a great way to connect with our community, guys. A lot of people posting great research in our Discord, so I highly encourage you to check that out as well. Okay, now it's time for a quick shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, guys, you see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there's a join button down below. We'll also have a link in the comment section and in the description. It's a great way to support the channel and what we do here at the channel. It's just $3.99 per month. You get some custom emojis, a badge next to your name, roll color in the Discord, and shoutouts in our videos. Like I said, it really is just a great way to support the stream. So thank you to all of you that have signed up. I really do appreciate it. I do appreciate all of your guys' support here at the channel. Okay, now let's dive right into the results from the previous episode. So for yesterday, it was honestly kind of an unlucky day. Definitely on the NRFI anyway. We ended up going 1-2. We were able to cash the CJ Crone over 1.5 bases. He ended up having 3 hits, so he had a great game. Cashed that bet easily. And then we missed the NRFI, like I said, in the Tampa Bay Rays Baltimore Orioles game. Now the starter that we had got scratched, Jordan Lyles, but that wasn't the thing that ended up hurting us anyway. His fill-in pitcher was super nervous about. I still rolled with it anyway. I was definitely nervous about him, but he still ended up getting it done. It was Corey Kluber that gave out a 2-out solo home run in the bottom of the first. So that obviously hurt. Thought we were going to get that NRFI for sure, and then that Santander hit a blast, and that was obviously very sad. And then we also missed on the Minnesota Twins money line as well. They just opted not to bring their bats to the game. They ended up having 1 run. A lot of upsets yesterday. So what can you do? We're going to get back after it today, though, guys. We're going to get this 3-0. So let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we are going with the San Francisco Giants, Atlanta Braves, NRFI here. No run first inning bet here at -118 odds. So, guys, I do really like this bet. We have 2 pretty solid pitchers here going to the mound. We got Max Fried going to the mound for the Atlanta Braves, who's 7-2 with a 2.90 ERA on the season, a 1.05 WHIP. And he's only allowed 6 home runs on the season and 13 starts, which honestly is pretty solid. He doesn't give up a lot of deep balls, which we like to see that. He's 11 out of 13 to the NRFI this year, so 11-2 to the NRFI. That's pretty solid overall. We all know what Max Fried can do, right? Max Fried's obviously a great pitcher. Helped lead the Braves to the World Series last year. He's big time, so I'm not too worried about him. I think he can get the outs that we need. Giants don't particularly hit left-handed pitching too well, so I definitely like the splits on that as well. I think Fried here can get us the outs that we need. On the other side here for Logan Webb here for the San Francisco Giants, we know a lot about him as well. He's also 6-2 with a 3.43 ERA, a 1.18 WHIP, and he's only allowed 5 home runs this season in 13 starts. So again, that's pretty solid. That's what I like to see. I don't like to see 2 pitchers with high home run counts. Both these guys pretty reasonable here. He is 8 out of 13 to the NRFI this year. That's but he has 5 out of his last 5 to the NRFI. So he's picked it up here of late, particularly in the early innings, which we do like to see that. And with the way this Braves offense is, they kind of struggled a lot there in Chicago. I don't know if they're going to be completely in groove here coming back to Atlanta. They didn't particularly have a great road trip there in Chicago. They lost 2 out of 3 in that series. And their offense was just sputtering most of that series. So I do think Webb here can also get the outs. If you look at the splits that a couple of these batters here have against Webb, we're going to be looking at Dansby Swanson, 1 for 9 in his career off of Logan Webb. Austin Riley, 3 for 8 with 3 singles off of Logan Webb. So no real major damage there. And Ronald Acuna, no at-bats so far versus Logan Webb. So overall, guys, I'm willing to roll that. No serious power numbers here against Webb. So I think Webb can get through this inning. The Braves are not very good at scoring runs early on in the game. They're 27th in first inning runs, 25th at home in first inning runs. So I think he can get it done. And the Giants for the year are also not a great first inning offense either. They're 18th in first inning runs, 24th on the road in first inning runs. So overall, it's pretty solid. And this park is about middle of the pack. If you really look at it, Turner Field is ranked as the 15th most pitcher-friendly park. So again, that's right dead center in that 2014 Bleacher Report article that I mentioned so often. The factors a lot of those factors are still the same. It's like I said, it's about middle of the pack. It can be friendly to hitters at times, and obviously it can be friendly to pitchers at times. So middle of the pack, I think, is okay here. I'm very solid with that, especially for the pitchers that we have. So you kind of have to give and take with NRFIs if you want to find the value. You have to, you have to find that healthy balance of not giving up too many of your positives here, if I'm saying that correctly, for value, because otherwise you just see a lot of juice, right? If everything is clean across the board, you'll see a lot of juice on the NRFI, which we don't want that. So as far as Max Fried versus a couple of the batters who did pull a couple of the logs, versus Wilmer Flores. Flores is just 3 out of 12 versus Max Fried in his career. Obviously, he played in New York, so you get quite a few plate appearances there versus Max Fried. 3 out of 12. Nothing too scary there. 250 batting average. Then against Mike Yastrzemski, he's 1 out of 2 versus Max Fried. So nothing to be too worried about here, guys. I didn't see anything that really stuck out that scares me as far as power numbers, anything like that. So do like it there, guys, for our number 1 pick. We're going with the San Francisco Giants, Atlanta Braves, NRFI. Number 1 first inning bet here at minus 118 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with Rafael Devers, over 1.5 bases here for the Boston Red Sox. Odds to be determined. This should be pretty close to minus 110 odds or so. It's about what his line's been at, so I'm expecting his odds to be in that range. I do like him here at home, guys. He's batting .328 on the season at home. He's batting .330 overall for the season. Batting average very good with 40 extra base hits. This guy is an absolute machine. He's slugging .603 on the season, so he's automatically almost a great bases bet just about every night, regardless of matchup. But obviously, I always want the numbers obviously in our favor whenever we take a bases bet. As far as the splits go, like I said, .328 at home, .290 at night, .333 off of righties, who is taking on today here in Alex Fado, the starting pitcher for the Tigers. He's batting .352 off of starters in general, which honestly is pretty good. He's already had the Tigers number this season. He's 6 out of 14 this season versus Tigers pitching. It's a .429 batting average. We do like to see that. It's obviously very good. And Alex Fado here, the pitcher, guys, particularly in the month of June, has not been very good at all. For the season, he's 1-3 with a 4.28 ERA and a 1.40 WHIP, which all those are honestly a little bit high, particularly that WHIP. He's allowing a .280 batting average for the year, which, again, is pretty high. I like seeing that. But in the month of June, he's been extra bad. He's 0-1 with a 6.92 ERA, allowing a .309 batting average, a 1.62 WHIP in June. So he's been pretty atrocious here in this month. I really wouldn't love to see this bet get to the bullpen. Tigers are 7th in bullpen ERA in the season. Do I still trust the Tigers bullpen a lot? Not really. If you go back to last year, they weren't the best bullpen ever. I think their bullpen can be hittable. They've been pretty solid most of the season, so I prefer this not to get to the bullpen. But even if it did, I think the Red Sox could still get hits off the bullpen. I do believe that for sure, particularly a guy like Rafael Devers. But like I said, I'm looking for him to cash early. I think he'll have success here off of Fado. I think Fado is going to be a little bit out of his element here on the road, in this matchup here with Devers. So love it there, guys. For our number 2 pick, we're going with Rafael Devers, over 1.5 bases here for the Boston Red Sox. Odds to be determined. Okay, and finally at number 3, we're going with the St. Louis Cardinals. First 5 innings, plus +0.5 run line here versus the Milwaukee Brewers at minus 114 odds. So, guys, we got Miles McCollum here going to the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals, who is 5-4 with a 2.62 ERA, a .97 WHIP on the season, and he's rocking a 2.48 ERA on the road. So, we'd love to see that. McCollum has been terrific this year. He's kind of turning into one of my more favorite pitchers in baseball because I bet on him a good bet, and he's been pretty kind to us overall. McCollum obviously, is having a great season, really pitching great. I think he'll have a great shot here to shut down the Brewers and get this done, particularly on the road. He's taking on Corbin Burnes. This is a tough matchup. Burnes obviously a very good pitcher. He's 4-4 with a 2.52 ERA. But he is rocking a 5.14 ERA in the month of June in 3 starts. So Burnes is actually having his worst stretch right now of the season. Here in the month of June, he's really been shaking each of those 3 starts. So obviously we'd love to see that. Particularly a couple of these coming at home. He's actually rocking a 3.63 ERA at home for the season. So for whatever reason, McCollum's a little bit better on the road. Burnes a little bit worse at home. So, obviously, I want to roll with McCollum here. The last time these 2 pitchers squared off, though, is 8-0 Brewers. So, that should scare you a little bit. Scared me a little bit initially. But he's still looking at the splits, the career numbers. Really my overall trust as far as offensively, I'm going to trust the Cardinals more, right? Cardinals are 6th in baseball in runs. They're 5th on the road in runs. Brewers are 15th in runs, 13th at home in runs. So, overall, I like to see that. Burnes, obviously, on most days, would probably win the battle with McCollum. But the way McCollum is rolling right now, I do like rolling with McCollum. Burnes, for his career, 3-3 with a 3.33 ERA versus the Cardinals in his career. Miles McCollum, 6-3 with a 4.16 ERA versus the Brewers. But as a Cardinal, guys, check this out. This is probably my favorite statistic here. He has won 5 of the 6 games versus the Brewers in Milwaukee. He's gotten decisions in each of those games as a Cardinal. He's won 5 of the 6 games. He's picked up a win. So it's obviously very good. I think you can go with the Cardinals' money line as well. I personally just like putting my trust in Miles McCollum and not allowing this to get to the bullpen. I don't think it's necessary. This game could be 0-0 after 5 and we win the bet. And that's the way we won one of our Cardinals' first 5 innings bets. It was 0-0 after 5. I'm completely fine with that. That's why we're taking the first 5 is we don't technically even have to win it. We could be tied. And I love that having that equity, especially on a good team like the Cardinals, right? So do love it there, guys, for number 3 pick. We're going with the St. Louis Cardinals. First 5 innings, plus +0.5 run line here versus the Milwaukee Brewers at minus 114 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 6,000 subscribers. Guys, I appreciate all of your support. The last couple days have been a little bit unlucky to us. We're going to bounce back here today, though. That's what you got to do. You got to get through some of the murky waters, when the hard times come. So our last 2 NRFIs have been absolutely gross. I thought on both of them, honestly, evaluating them after the fact, I thought they were honestly great calls. That's just the way I looked at it. There was 3 runs total in that Tampa Bay Orioles game. One of them was a solo shot in the first. And on Friday night, when we took the Pittsburgh Giants NRFI, there was 2 runs in that game. Again, a solo shot in the first. So sometimes you just get unlucky with that. That's the way baseball could be. It could be really cruel to you. But I think overall in the long-term trend, we've been pretty good with NRFI. So those will typically play out. But unfortunately, last couple nights have been super unlucky. So we're going to bounce back today, though. Got to stay positive. We're going to bounce back today. We're going to get it back. So I hope you guys cash in on all your bets. Let me know what you're playing down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you all next time. Peace out.